I'll shut off the system and we'll start the system. So members in the class and members in the online, sorry for the delay because we have holidays on 29th, 30 and 31. First, sorry, 29th, 30th and 1st. And I'm also out on 2nd. So we will take our session from Tuesday. That's why we are trying to go with that. Okay. So let's start our system. So what topic we are? So in the shell scripting, we cover the if statement and the test cases, right? Logical test, up to logical test we have covered, right? Good. So let's log in into the server and get the IP address of the machine. IP ADDR show. Today's IP is 9, so we'll go with the 9 IP 192.168.0.9. Now today we will see some interesting things and we will see some real-time example of our shell scripting. So let's log in with that. We'll go with that. CD scripts. What is our DevOps? Batch 14 CD scripts folder, and we'll make that readme bash. Yeah. Okay, so let's get started with that. Now today we are going to have the real-time example which saying, say, write a script to create a user in Linux. So before we start, any questions from the earlier sessions or something? If you have any doubt, if you have any questions, feel free to share that. If not, let's go with that. Okay, so write a script to create a user. Now what we need to create a user, what things we need? We need to, no, that is a command, but what things we need to, before we need to create a user, what things we need to, correct. So first is the username, second is the password, second is that we need a root permission, number 4, what we need, check the user is already available or not, already exists or not, and if it is not, then what you'll do, create the user, set the password, then we can have some optional task. What is that optional task? Okay, so make the user sudo user and force user to reset his password at first login. So these are the tasks. We can go along with that and we can work with. So we need a username, password, root permission, check the user is there or not, then create the user, then set the password, then make the user as a sudo user, and lastly, we'll go. So with that target, let's get started with. So shall we start? So I'll copy the template and I'll say create user.sh script. We'll say vi create user.sh. So to, now not to learn, but to create user via script. And what is the input? Username is the input. What is the output? Create the user. Now, when we want to give the username, what we can define? We can define a variable, and I can say my user is equal to $1. Now we understand what is that meaning. We are saying that the first parameter, what we are passing as an argument, take that as a username. Get the username via parameter or argument. That is the first line we are describing. Now, we will ensure that the user has been given or not, username. So I'll say if the username is not given, then what do you have to do? I'll say echo, please give the username. And I'll say exit, I'll say F5. Now, what is mean by exit? Exit means stop the script there and then itself. So don't go further. So if the username is not given, don't go further. That is what we are trying to say here. So that is our task number 1, right? We are at the task number 1. Get the user and check the user is there, right? It means check that the username has been given or not. Now, when you are going with the real-time script, you have to check block by block. That means whenever you write something, break the script into small pieces and then check it. Don't write 1,000 lines and then check it. No. Small block, check it. Small block, check it, and then go further. So what we'll do, we'll check it. I'll say chmod plus x create user. I'm giving the execute permissions and I will run that create user. Ready, steady, go. Now what is expected here? It should give the error saying that please give me the stuff. See that? That means whatever checking we are doing is a correct. Whatever the checkings we are doing is the correct one. Clear? Good. Now we will give the user Ramesh. And then it says no error. That means we are good. Because we are expecting that the username should be given there. If the username is not there, it should throw me the error. This is clear? Good. Let's go to the next. What is the next task? So we'll have get the password. So I'll define, I'll say my pass is equal to Red Hat. I'll give some password. So I'm setting the password there. Means I'm just defining the password. Here I'm not setting the user password. I'm just defining the password. What is my default password? Red Hat. Just defining, not doing anything further. What is the number 3 task? So check that you have the root permission or not, because if you want to say user add, you need to have the permission. If you don't have permission, you're not able to go with that. So how to check that you are a root user or not? Correct. And we have learned in our string comparison chapter, we will use the same thing. We will say who am I is equal to backtick / user bin who am I. Backtick. And then I'll say if the $who am I is not equal to the root user, then what you need to do? You must be a root user to execute this script. And then I say exit 5. So if you are not a root user, I will stop there and then itself. I will say don't go further, stop. So how you have to read that line? If the current user, that is a whoami user, is not equal to root user, then stop there itself. That is the meaning of that block. That is the meaning of that block. Very simple, right? So if the user whoami is not equal to root, stop. So are we clear with that? Any question, any doubt at this moment? So what we need to do now? Test it. Okay, so when you say hyphen any, that is for the numbers. We are doing a string test. And what we have written in the string test? Right? So any is only used for the numbers. So that we need to understand. We are comparing strings. We are not comparing the numbers. Definitely we'll use that whenever we needed. But at this moment, we are not using that. Okay? So this is clear? Let's go further. Let's test it. So what I'll say, create user Ramesh. Ready, steady, go. What we are expecting now? So I am running your user with which script? I am running which user? So DevOps user doesn't have root access. So it says, sorry, you must be a root user. So now we have to go with the sudo. If you have to become the root, you have to be the sudo. Shall I run? Okay, and we'll give the DevOps password. Here, no error. That means things are okay. If you get the error, things are not okay. Simple, right? That's why we have to go very step by step, one block at a time, so we can thoroughly understand what is happening. Okay, now what is the next task? So I am using numbers or ABCD? Oh, I'm using number here. So I'll replace this with the numbers. So it will not confuse you. Okay, so, or I can do ABCD in that. What do you want? ABCD is okay? Okay, so let's go with that. In the script, I need to update. So this is the section A. This is the section B we are talking about. This is the section C we are talking about. Now we are going with the section D. What is the D section? Check the user is already there or not. So how to do that? What I should do to check the user is there or not? Good. So you'll say cat etc password. I will check for the DevOps user. Okay, it says the some line. And if I say Ramesh user, it is not there in that. But how to use this in the script? Visually, I can see that. Right? Visually, I can see that. That there is a line, there is no line. But how to do in the script? Okay, is there any better command than this? Yes, you can go with the ID command. What is that ID? ID and the username, DevOps. Hey, is the user present? Yes. ID Ramesh. Is the user present? Now this is very good. But still it is showing me the output in the form of string. Okay. Give me a second. Call from office. So now with the ID DevOps, ID Ramesh, still it is showing me something in the string form. Can we have some better form, easy form? Because when we are taking decisions, we have to have the condition either true or false. Then only I can use some logic there. Okay. So there is a one method available in the shell script. There is a one special method available in the shell script. What happens if the command is successful? It will store 0 in a special variable which is called as a dollar question mark. What is that special variable? Dollar question mark. So what it will store? It will store a 0 in that if it is successful. But if the command is not successful, then it will store value more than 0. And dollar question mark is called as exit status variable. So to tell the exit status, that how the command got exited, normally or not normally. Now we learn 3 different type of variables, right? System variables, user variable, and shell variable. So this is a shell variable. Ready, steady, go. Shall we see the effect? Okay. Now I'll run the command again. I will say ID DevOps, and then I will say echo dollar question mark. We know that how to see the variable, right? Echo and the dollar. So what do you see there? That means this command is now you'll able to see that. What is showing? 0. Now if I give the Ramesh, what is showing on the screen? No such user. But if I say dollar question mark, what is showing? Okay. Now we will see one more interesting. I say user add Ramesh. What it says? But if I go with the dollar question mark, what is say? And that is what we have written, right? If successful, what is the value? 0. And if it is not successful, what is the value? More than 0, right? But that number represented is the error number. What is that number? So if there is no error, it is a 0. And if there is an error, then it is a something more than 0. This is clear? Yes or no? True or false? If 0, success. No 0, not success. Simple. Now we have broken that logic into that yes or no, true or false. Now we will use this method in our shell script. So I say ID and the user Ramesh, right? So what is the command? I will say, where is my command ID? So I'll use the user bin ID. Okay, shall we go? So we'll open the script, create user.sh. So how to identify? I will say go with this command and go with this user, my user. Hey, try to identify the user. Try to identify the user. Now what we are expecting? Which variable we are expecting to change? When we give this ID command, which variable is expected to change? Dollar question mark, right? We are looking for dollar question mark because the success or not, how we know? So we have to go with the dollar question mark. So if I say if the dollar question mark is equal to 0, now we are doing number comparison. So we'll say then echo. If it is equal to 0, that means what? Yes, that means the user is already there. The user dollar my user already exists. What I will do, I will say exit. I don't want to create a user if it is already exists. See now how we are building the logic. We are trying to capture the exit status, and we are saying if it is equal to 0, that means the user is there. Don't add that user. So exit immediately. Come out of the script immediately. So we are checking and we are doing with the section D. Right? So any question, any doubt at this moment? See, we have to go block by block, line by line, step by step. Then only we'll understand the shell scripting. So this is clear? Good. Now test it. So how to test it? Sudo create user. Now we will give the user which is already exist. Ready, steady, go. Now what it says? The user DevOps already exists. Now if you give Ramesh, then no error, no everything silence. That is the ID error. So ID message. Okay. Pardon? You can ignore that ID message. You can redirect that message to some other file. Right? Normally, where is the output? The output go on screen. So you said, I don't want the output on screen. Pass it to something else. Let's say if I say cat etc password. Now where the output is? On the screen. But if I say cat greater than /attempt/dummy.txt, where the output will go? In the dummy. It will not show on the screen. You see that? You can use that redirector method and you can go there. Definitely you can pass and you can redirect that method. Okay. So that is called as a redirection. Okay. Okay. Now we know that the user is not there. What we need to do? We'll go with the section E. What is the section? What is the E? So we'll go and create a user there. How to create a user? Yes, you will go with the user add. So let's go and see where is the user add. Which user add? You see this path has been user add. So I'll use in my script. I'll say go with this path. And which user going to create? $my user. Now, pardon? So, but we have given the $1 to my user right here in the first case itself. Now, why we did that immediately? Because sometimes what happens, intermediately the value can be changed of $1. So you don't want to take that risk. That's why you have given that to the variable. Hey, take this. Done. Immediately we have saved that variable. And that's why we are keep on using my user, my user. We are not using $1. No. We are saying my user, my user. So we have created the user. Now what we need to do? So anything is missing? Anything is missing here? Okay. So we'll go with the user add. So I'll say the command and the user add. Now what we need to do? we need to confirm that the user has successfully added or not. So what we'll say, we'll again check with the dollar question mark. But this case, we will not check for the 0, because if successful, I don't have to bother. But if it is not successful, then I have to bother. That is what is the intention. So I'll say if the dollar question mark is not equal to 0, then there is a problem. Then echo, we have some serious problem in user dollar my user creation. There is some serious problem. Let's say exit. You should never face this error. If you face this error, there is a literally there is a serious problem in your system, because user add is the basic functionality, and if it is not working, then there is some serious problem is there. Good. So we have created the user. Now what we have to do next step? What is the next step? We have to set the password. We are missing that F step. Without setting the password, there is no longer user will not able to log into the system. Okay, so how to set a password? Pass WD. Okay, but we say pass WD user ID. Let's go and see that. If I say sudo PAWSWD user ID DevOps, so what it says? New password, new password. Shall I go and type the password? No, in the scripting, we are not expected to type the password. You can do that. It is not that you cannot do that. You can also do that. But I don't want to do that. Now here we are typing the password 2 times, right? Why we are typing 2 times? Why we want to do the confirmation? How you know that you have your different password? But without that we cannot know. But without that we cannot know. Why we cannot know? Basically, we are not able to see that password. What we are typing, we are not able to see that. That's why we need 2 times. If you are able to see, why we need 2 times? Simple logic, right? But in the script, right, we have already defined the password. In the section B, we have already set the password. So we have to use that password. Then how will you use that password in the script and create the password? Of course, we will use the password command only, but we will different style. We will use different style. Now to understand the different style, yes? Yes, we have to use that variable, but how? That is the important question. How we will use that variable? Now, in Linux, we have some standardization. So we have, say, input, we have output, and we have error. For that, for input, the default is keyboard. For the default output, where we will see the error? Screen. And error also where we'll see? Screen. So it has a given number as a 0. It has given as a number 1. It has a number given as a 2. And in the standard formation, we called it as stdin. Standard in. The second is std out. Standard out. And we'll say stderr, error. Now we will use this method. So instead of keyboard, we will change the input. We'll say don't use the keyboard as an input. Use something different. Use something different. Now we are going to use this standard input. Instead of keyboard, we will use something different. Ready, steady, go. So I'll come out and I will read the manual page. Manual of password file. Show me the details, what is there inside the password. Now, if I go with the password command, you can see here something, a special option. What is that option? Now, what is that? I will say search for STDIN. I'll go with that. And I'll go with that. What is that? Please read that. I will just come back. I'm back. What is that line says? This option is used to indicate the password should be read new password from standard input, but which can be a pipe. Now let's make use of that. Okay, so let's make a use of that. Now, normally, if I set the password, I will say password and the username, right? But I want to say that now I want to use the standard input. So I'll say -stdin. Now, what is that indicates? Take the password from where? From the pipe. So I'll go and I'll put the pipe here. And here at the side, I'll say echo and the password, my pass or whatever stuff. So this is how you'll set the password. Understood what we did here? Let's go and repeat that. Let's go and repeat that. So how you give the normal password? You say password and the username. That is correct. But we don't want to use that method. We want to use standard input method. So I'll say stdin. Now, when I say use that standard method rather than our normal method, and what is that indicates? When I say stdin, that means from where the password is expected? From the pipe. So then I will put the pipe here. And then I can throw the password through the pipe. And throw the password. Echo means what? Throwing the password through the pipe. I say user password. This clear? Any question, any doubt at this moment? So understand the meaning of that line. That is very, very important when you are troubleshooting or trying to understand the thing, what is happening. So we are saying use the password, but not the normal method, but with the modified stdin. And that modified stdin is a pipe. And whatever we are throwing from the pipe, it will treat it as a password. Whatever we are throwing from the pipe, it will treat it as a password. Is it clear? So any question, any doubt at this particular line? So now we will use this technique in our scripting. Okay. Now in real time, this is an interview question. How to set a user password in a single line? How do you say this? What is that? How to set a user password in single line? This is the RHEL question, Red Hat certification question. They'll ask you, how to set that? You have to use this method. Is clear? Understood what we did? Shall we go to the script? Okay, now we'll go to the script. Okay, so where is my password command? Which so it is a user bin password. I'll use this. Okay, so what I will say? Echo. What I will echo? Where we have stored a password? Dollar my pass. And it will throw through the pipe. Which command it will catch? Password command. What is that? stdin. And to whom we have to set the password? The username, my user. That is all you have to do with the set the password. So now you understand. Oh, okay. Like this also I can get the password and set the password. This is clear? Any question, any doubt at this moment? Okay, now what is the next step? Again, check the error. Is this correct or not? So what will say? If the dollar question mark is not equal to 0, then there is a problem. Echo, we have problem in setting user password. This clear? So we are checking that, hey, is this equal to 0? If success, no problem. But if it is not success, then there is a problem. Correct? Shall we go further? Okay, now we are up to the step F. Now what is the message I should give? Last message is echo created user dollar my user successfully. That should be your last line of the script. Oh, you created the user. Very good. Now every step we have crossed, right? So we started with the username, password, getting the user permission, check the user is already exists, create user, set the password. Then we said created user successfully. All right, good. So let's save the script, not here. So let's save the script. Oh. Save the script and come out. Now our script is complete with the necessary respect. Up to the F we have created all the necessary steps there. Shall we go? Get the further? What we need to do now? Check it is there or not. So I'll say sudo create user DevOps. What it says? User already exists. Now let's go and see the user which is not there. Ramesh. Ready, steady, go. So what it says? Hey, user is not found. So it says changing the password for user. Password this that and create user Ramesh successfully. So it didn't found a user. So it created a user, set the password, and give the message created user successfully. Now let's try to add the Ramesh again. Now what did it say? Good. Then we'll go with the Suresh. So Suresh was also not there. Again, I will go with this now Suresh. Create again. Is clear? Is clear? So we went to each and every step one by one. Okay, any question, any doubt at till point of time? We try to understand each and every line what we have written there. Hopefully you got that. I will not say in the first go it may happen, but you have to read that script again and try to understand that. Okay, now we'll go with the item number G. What is the G? Okay, some question is there online. Okay. Can you delete the user Suresh and create it again? Why not? We can do that. So let me delete the user Suresh. I'll say user delete and then Suresh. Okay. But I want to wipe out everything for that. So I'll say man user del and I'll see certain options. What are the options? Force delete, H, remove the user. Now you can see that -R, remove the user home directory also, then go with other stuff. So there are a lot of options. You can go along with that. You can see that here is the, also they have given the small script. How to do that? So a lot of good information is available in the man page. So you have to read the man page all the time. So we are using the which option? So we'll say -F and -R. Both are we'll using. So I'll say user del -F -R and which user? Suresh. Because there is no data, I'm going and forcefully doing. Ready, steady, go. Done. It says what it says. Now why it says permission denied? I'm not a root user, I'm DevOps user. So let's go and do that. Sudo delete that. Done. I have deleted the user. Now let's go and create the user again, Suresh. Ready, steady, go. 1, 2, 3. Yes. So user is not found. It created the user again. So you can create the user, delete the user, whatever you want, you can do that. Same thing if you write in the script, it will delete the user, no problem. Okay. So this is how we will go with that. Any, I hope that answered your question, Sumant. Sumant? Okay, got it. Thank you. Okay. So now we will go with the option G. What is the G option? Make that user a pseudo user. How you can do that? You can say -G user by group. So assuming that you have the wheel group enabled already. So what do you have to do? You have to get the user inside the wheel group. You have to get the user inside the wheel group. That's how you will make it a pseudo user. So let's say user Suresh. Is the Suresh is the root user? No. But if I say ID DevOps, is it having the access? Yes, because he is a part of wheel group. So what do you need to do? You need to add a user in wheel group. So how you'll do that? You'll say user mod -A, capital G, which group? Wheel group, and which user? $my user. Right? Whatever the user you want to go, in this case Suresh, so I'll say Suresh. Very simple, right? Let's go and add that line in the shell script. Okay, open the file and make that user as a pseudo user. If, so what I'll say, Where is the user mod? I don't know. I need to check which user mod. Sbin user mod. Okay, so here is the file. Okay, so I'll say user mod and which user? We know that -a, -g, wheel, and the username $my user. But do you want every user to be a root user? Then what do you need to do? So what you can do? Pardon? Okay, we have to add 100 users. Then what will you do? We cannot ask, keep on asking. So we need to do something more different. What is that? What we can do? So can I do something like that? Hey, if I want to add a normal user, I can say something like that. Let's say create a normal user Ramesh. Again, I'm doing it currently right now, right? But if I say Suresh and I say sudo here, it will make that user as a sudo user. Can we do that? Correct. So we have to say $2, and if it is equal to sudo, then create the that user as a sudo user. Right? Can we do that? Yes, right? So I will go with the second option. And if the second option is defined, and if it is a root option, then what I will say, create that user as sudo user, or add that user in the sudo group, right? So that is a intelligent options. We can use that. So you are giving choice. If you go with the normal Suresh, it is a normal user. If I say sudo Suresh, then it will go and say that, hey, this is the user need to be a sudo group. Okay, shall we go with that? Okay, so let's go with that. So I'll open the script. Then I'll go to the top. Okay, go to the top, and I'll say here $2. I'll say sudo is equal to $2. So what we are saying, sudo equal to $2. Okay. Now here I'll check the condition. If $sudo is equal to sudo, then what it is we are saying, then go with that. Go with this command and fr. And I'll remove this message echo created user at the bottom. Now what we are saying, if we give that sudo option is equal to sudo, then only add the user in the wheel group. Otherwise, don't add that user in the wheel group. This clear? Any question, any doubt at this moment? Shall we test it? Shall we go with? Ready, steady, go? Okay, so we'll go with that. So I'll say run that, create user with Obama. Now I will create the Obama as a normal user. Okay, shall we go? 1, 2, and 3. So I'll check that it is a normal user or not. OBAMA. What is that Obama? Is a normal user. Now let's go and create another user which is a trump and which is a pseudo user. Ready, steady, go. 1, 2, and 3. Yes, it's created, and check the user ID trump. That is in the wheel group. That's what is expected. So if we say that create the normal user, we will not pass anything like sudo or something. But if you want to make that user sudo, I will say username and sudo. So it will create a user with the sudo access. This is clear? Very simple. Right? Just compare the variable with the value. If it is matching, do it. Otherwise, don't do it. Right? Any question, any doubt at this moment? Now, what is the option? Last option? I option. What is that? Force user to reset his password at the first login. Now, this I will give you as a homework. This is also very simple. This is also very simple. I will give you the hint. Basically, this is the homework. Homework. Use command chage. So you have to use the command chage to achieve this. Now your answer is very simple. You have to research around the chage. How I can do that and then put that. Now you don't have to search whole universe. Only one command you have to search it. And we already covered the chage. In our user management topic, we already covered that command chage. Say hint, use the chage. Okay? Yes, please. Script you want to see? Okay. But this is okay. Shall we go? So I will close this. I will close it complete and I'll exit out. I will make this complete script available. Yes, this is the script. So any question, any doubt? Chaitanya, Sumant, any question, any doubt? Okay, so okay, so let's see that. Okay, no, fine. So let's go at the top and revise what we did. So first we got the variables definitions. Then we said check that variables are available correctly. Then we set the password or define the password. Then we check are we the root user or not. Then we check the user is present or not. Then we check and create the user. Then we set the password. Then we added the user in the wheel group, which is the section? G section. And then we said that is successfully creation. And H is for the homework. Section H is for this clear? Okay, so what we'll do? We will stop here today. I will request all of you to practice this script. Write it down, copy it, steal, beg, borrow, do whatever things, but go through the script and try to understand what we did here. Try to do it by yourself. If you are not able to do, refer this script. Okay, so today we will stop here and I will request that please go and practice this because these are all lot of important things we have covered today. That how, what is the STDIN, what is the dollar question mark and stuff. So practice with that and see that you are able to get the things in a correct way. So we'll stop here today and we will see more things. Okay, so we are going to back on 3rd. So we are going to back on 3rd, Tuesday. Okay, so we have holiday, there is a circular. that we have holiday. So we have holiday from 29, 31. So I am also going out. So I'll come back on second night. So that's why we will not have the session on second, but we'll have the session on third. But till time, try to do the homework, whatever we have given, and try this script. Try the try the if statement with various conditions, with the file test, string test, number test, and logical test. So practice that, because that is the important thing you need to do. So let's meet back on Tuesday, 3rd of October. So thanks for all your time. Okay. Take care and have a nice